In this problem, we will be talking about volume. Darla and Bruce use various cubic blocks to build model buildings. Darla's blocks are 1/4 inch on each side. She starts her model by making a 5-inch by 3-inch rectangular base with her blocks. We want to know if her model has a total of 6 layers, how many blocks does she use, and then what is the volume of the model in inches. So for volume problems, I always like to draw pictures. So the first thing I'm going to draw is this base that they talk about. And imagine the base being on the bottom, even though of course I can't draw it that way. So my base here, I can see is 5 inches by 3 inches. So that's where I like to start, 5 inches by 3 inches. And then we know her model has a total of 6 layers. So I think of that as I've got my base down here and then I have 6 of these same layers right on top, but I'm gonna draw it like this so I can think of it as my layers here, okay? So I know that I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. And we know that each of those layers is going to be a 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna switch colors so we can see this better. So here's my 6 layers, and here is my base. So it's a 3 by 5 base. So the first thing they wanna find out is how many blocks in all does she use? So I need to figure out, I know that this is 5 inches, I need to figure out how many blocks that is. And then the same with this dimension here, 3 inches, I need to figure out how many blocks. So if I think of these are my blocks, because here I have 6 blocks, so if this is a 1/4 inch, a 1/4 inch, a 1/4 inch, a 1/4 inch, I know that 4 of those are going to make 1 inch. 2, 3, 4. So 4 of those are going to make 1 inch. So I know here if I have 5 inches, in each of those inches, each of these 5 inches is 4 blocks, I know that 4 blocks per inch times 5 inches is going to give me 20 blocks. So I know that this dimension is going to be 20 blocks. All right, and then same thing here. I know that I have 3 inches, okay, and it's 4 blocks per inch, and I have 3 of them. So that gives me 12. So this is going to be 12 blocks. So my dimensions in blocks are going to be 20 blocks. Here, I'll label this blocks. It's going to be 20 blocks by 12 blocks by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks is my height. So we know to find volume, we multiply our dimensions together. So 20 times 12 times 6 gives me 1,440 blocks. So that's how many blocks are in my 6 layers of my figure. Okay, so here is the how many blocks did she use. So that's done. And then the second part, if I want to know the volume of the model in inches, I know that the base dimensions are 5 inches by 3 inches, but I have to finish figuring out how tall in inches my actual 6 layers are. So I already know I have 1 inch here because 1, 2, 3, 4 make up 1 inch, and then I have 2 left over, so that is going to be 1/2 inch. So my whole height here is going to be 1.5 inches. So I know to find volume, and I should have actually shown this up there, I multiply my length times my width times my height. Okay, so I have my 5 times my 3 inches times my 1.5 inches, and that comes out to be the volume equals 22.5, I'm going to say 22.5 inches, and we know for volume they're actually cubic inches because it's how many cubes, how many 1 inch cubes would fit in there. So 22.5 inches cubed would be the volume.